Hello guys, today I'm going to talk about tag questions and qualifiers. So, my first topic is tag questions. You have heard about tag questions? This is a kind of question which is used when a person wants to confirm a specific information. Okay, so in terms of the structure, to form tag questions, we use the auxiliary of the verb in the main sentence. When the main verb in the sentence is affirmative, the tag question is negative. When the main verb in the sentence is negative, the tag question is affirmative. So in terms of how you can construct the tag question, you have really simple things: verb or verb form plus subject. And now I will show you different sentences on how we can introduce the tag questions inside of them. So to be, is, are, was, were. It is interesting to know about the Second World War, isn't it? You were reading about the Führer Adolf Hitler, weren't you? So now you know how the tag question is interact inside of that question or the ability sentence. So, as I told you, if you have in the second part a negative form, in the first part you have to use a positive form. And if you have a positive form in the last one part, in the first part you have to use negative form. So, simple present, do or does. You live in Germany, don't you? The second one. The Adolf Hitler's wife doesn't live, does she? So, we can see the evidence of tag questions here and here. Simple past, did. Hitler created the Nazi Party, didn't he? The second one. The people from Germany believed blindly in the totalitarian Nazi Party in 1939, didn't they? So, in this part we have to be careful because you have in the first part put the verb in past, and in the last one part you use the auxiliary of simple past, as you can see. Perfect and continuous. The planet in terms of environment has not overcome the effects on the Second World War, has it? Teacher is explaining the causes and effects of the Second World War, isn't he? Again, the evidence of the tag questions and how you can confirm the affirmation before. Modal verbs, the same auxiliary verb. This topic should be related with fascism, shouldn't it? After the Second World War, we couldn't create another one, could we? Tag questions again. Imperative, will, want, would. Send me the information about the ideologies for the task, would you? Don't forget how many countries participated in the Second World War, will you? Reminder, tag questions always has a different intonations. So if you want to confirm something, the intonation is rising. But if you want to confirm or get an agreement, the intonation is falling. Okay, the second topic that today I'm going to present is qualifier. So, what is a qualifier? A qualifier is a word or phrase that intensifies or softens the meaning of the words that follow it. So first of all we have quite, pretty, really, fairly. And it's time to see the examples. With fairly. With the power of the speech, Hitler was fairly persuasive for setting his Nazi perspective towards people. The second one, Hitler, as a dictator from totalitarian Germany, was fairly sure about starting a humongous war in 1939. So, as you see, fairly is intensifying the power of the next war. With fairly, we have that this word can modify adjectives, adverbs, and to limited degree. So, fairly has the power to limit a degree of the next word. So, what does mean? That fairly can put a degree of the next word. So, you don't use a persuasive, you use a stronger persuasive with fairly. If you use fairly, you have a stronger word. Okay, quite. Okay, quite can also qualify nouns and adverbs. Quite often suggests a higher degree than. So let's see the examples. Because of the Second World War, people had to live quiet. A contemptible facts like the bombing in Pearl Harbor and the atomic bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So you can see quiet is intensified at contemptible. So the second one. It was quite shocked when I read about Jewish Holocaust. So what that means in this context, why? So when I was reading about the Jewish Holocaust, I felt really scared about it, but really, really scared. Now we have really. So really can modify adjectives and adverbs. Let's see the example. The Second World War is considered the most bloody fact of the humankind. It is estimated around 70 million dead people. It is really shocking, isn't it? So in this context, really is intensifying what I'm feeling. Now, pretty. Pretty can also modify adjectives and adverbs, like pretty. So let's see the example. The meaning of a totalitarian government sounds pretty bizarre for us. So as you can see, pretty is intensifying bizarre. Yes. So see the next example. When the Nazi Party took the control in Germany, a big number of people started to think pretty is the same as Adolf Hitler. So in this context, pretty is trying to show us how the people started to think pretty, but pretty the same as Adolf Hitler. So is showing how the people felt really similar in terms of the way of thinking that Adolf Hitler had. So, rather. So now, rather. Rather is an intensifier that can modify adjectives, adverbs, nouns, or verbs. It can express disappointment, criticism, or surprise. Let's see the example. From Germany, instead of a victory, the Second World War was rather a sad fate. So, as I told you, rather is intensifying and put more power in the next word or in the next part that are following of this word. Slightly, a little, a bit. Slightly, a little, and bit soften the meaning of the words they qualify. They can qualify adjectives, adverbs, and verbs. We often use these words to make a criticism sound less direct. Let's see the example. The Second World War was slightly, a little, a bit useful in terms of technology contributions. So, as you notice, those words can be useful for making the next part more soft. Now, we can use a bit before a noun. So, what does mean? We can use a bit of before a noun. Only a bit of with the preposition of before a noun. So, take note on this.